supposed to be teaching the people. Levi, I've been dealing with you for a second, brother. Give me a second. Hey, my sisters, before you go, okay? You said something earlier, because understand, we as a nation of people, we have been led astray. We've been taught so many different ways of doctrines. Give me Numbers chapter 1. You said earlier that you have many different bloodlines within you, right? God doesn't deal that way. He deals with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We've been taught mixed was a nation. We've been taught that being from Haiti makes us Haitians. We've been taught that here in America, we are African American. But let's see what God says here. Numbers chapter 1. You know what? Yes, read.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
So Israel, these people on this side, those of the diaspora, they gathered themselves together, right? And let's see what they did after we collectively, as a nation, gathered together. Read.
And they declared their pedigrees.
Their what?
Their pedigrees.
My sister, when you declare someone pedigree, what is that going into? What is another term for pedigree? I'm sorry? Purebred, like a bloodline, like a breed, right? We established their pedigree, their bloodline. How?
And they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers.
After their mother.
Of their fathers.
Of their fathers. So wherever your father is, that's what you are as a nation of people.
Right.
So Bob Marley, for example, he may look like us, but his father's a so-called Caucasian. Sister, Tia and Tamara, they may look like us, but guess what? Their father is a Caucasian. Give me Amos chapter 3, verse 2. Understand, we as a people have to continue to gather ourselves together. We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and understand, so you got a flyer, right, sis?
I got a flyer of y'all on YouTube, everything.
Okay, all praises. Okay, all praises. I'm about to get with you as well. So, after this verse, I got you, Levi. Read that.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Hey, Levi, God says you only have you known of all the families of the earth. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
We, Levi, like we just explained, we have been punished as a people. We've been jacked up. We've been oppressed. We've been downtrodden. Even within our own community, we hate one another. We kill one another. We destroy one another, right? And you see that every day in our community. Like you said earlier, in order for us to do what? Now that we have this information, we must what? Change. Therefore what? We must get the knowledge. The knowledge is in this Bible. That's where you're going to get the information. Once you know who you are and what is required of you. What's your question you had?
Alright, well, now that Bible, I really believe, because in Europe, been there, and with that being said, the black Jews over there, bro, they're not talking about nothing like that in this Bible. I mean, they talk about it here in the Bible, but all these churches are displaying white, unified.
Right.
They're not displaying or giving us information.
Right.
So that being said, I mean, what we're talking about here is just the fact that we're not given the knowledge that they want to know, because while here, they're expressing or they're giving us what they want us to know.
Absolutely.
Like how many conspiracy theories there is. They don't tell us that the first university was in Africa.
Right.
And Africa was robbed naked of everything. I mean,
Still to this day, they're still getting robbed.
Absolutely.
We can go on and on about the atrocities and the BS they did to us, right?
With that being said, they're not letting us know here in America, as black people, of what they want to know over them.
But guess what? It has been taught, because it was a prophecy that this will happen. And I'm going to show you out of the Bible what has occurred. Because what you're saying is true. Absolutely, we're not disputing that. But let's see how it came to fruition.
They're not teaching it in high school, because history in high school
It's about white man. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
With that being said, like I said, they're not teaching it. We have to learn on our own.
Right.
And us, some of us black people, they're not trying to learn anything, because it's what is displayed here as what they've given us here in America to receive and use to benefit us.
But guess what, Levi? You see your brothers out here giving the information and knowledge to the people.
That's right.
This is what you've been asking for a very long time. And let's see why the things that happened to us historically and how it pertains to us today. What you say is on point, but let's get before it happened. Read. Psalms 83. Yep, read.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Check it out, Levi.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies.
Who?
Thine enemies.
Those same people who raped, robbed, and pillaged Africa. The same people who don't let us know that we rule Europe. The same people who do not let us know that they have images of Christ throughout Europe and Russia. Those are God's enemies. Come on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against Levi and his people. What did they say?
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So they said, let us cut them off. But they're no longer that they're the children of Israel, Levi. They call themselves Haitians. They call themselves African American. We're not going to let them know how great of a people they are. We're going to keep them at the bottom. We're going to keep them oppressed. But guess what? Your brothers are here today to let their people know what's going on and let their people know who they are according to the Bible. This has not been told by us or to us by the churches that are on every block in this area. They haven't been shown or told to us. That's why your brothers are out here today, letting our people know what's going on, who you are as a people. This is an example, Levi, and my brothers and sisters. Don't go nowhere, Levi. Sis, bro, quick question for you. What's your nationality? All right, so you first, my man. You the man. What's your nationality? Black. All right, whatever. You as well, black. You hear that, Levi? Our people said that they're black. That's why we're out here to let them know the truth. Give me that John 8:32. We're out here to let our people know the truth. We're not out here in 100-degree weather because we want to be. We're out here because the Lord commanded us to go to the highways and hedges and teach our people, thus saith the Lord. Read what you got.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Today you will know the truth, and today you will be free. From what? Mental slavery of thinking you're black, of thinking you're African American, of thinking you nigga. But guess what? Most High God says we're greater than that. Most High God said that we are the children of Israel. From our perspective, tribe, that's what God says. But understand, we haven't been taught that. Now, we're going to go into the Bible and prove, because I could just be saying things out of our mouth. Let's go into the Bible and prove that we are the children of Israel. Deuteronomy 28. Today you're going to know the truth, bro, sis. Today y'all going to know. And after today, I want y'all to tell y'all brothers, y'all sisters, that we are no longer African American. We learned that back in slavery. For example, my brother, I'm sure you're an older man than me. When you was a little boy, were you called African American? Yeah, so the term African American came in the 80s. I'm pretty sure you wasn't in the same generation I am. 70s, right? So you probably what? Black still, colored. They'll probably call you nigga. You start probably still seeing the segregation in the color fountains a little bit. You still see the oppression, right? But God says what? This right here, check this out. We're going to prove today that we are the children of Israel. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. 28 verse 15. 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
My brother, come on back. You was here earlier. We didn't get a chance to answer your question. Come, listen, learn. What's your name, my brother? Robert. My name's not Robert. Check this out. This is what God said.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God says, us as a nation of people, if we do not listen and follow his commandments, curses will be upon us as a nation of people. So now we're going to continue to read, and you guys tell me, who does this pertain to? Does this pertain to the so-called Chinese? Does it pertain to the Arabs? You let me know. Verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Our sons and daughters shall be taken and given to another people. Come on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And once our children is taken, guess what? We will look and fail with longing for them all the day long. Because of why?
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Who as a nation of people had their sons and daughters taken from them, stripped from them, given to another nation of people, and there was nothing we could do about it? Who did that happen to? Black people, right? And Hispanics and Native Americans, because we are all one nation of people. We was taught that we were three separate nations. Because why? The people who did this to us divided us and said, no, you're going to be African American. You're going to be Native American. You're going to be Hispanic. But as you see this sign here, you have many Latinos. You have many Native Americans, as well as us in the Caribbeans, right? Read that part again.
And verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Verse 42, all thy trees, and verse 43, verse 41, thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Who did this happen to, bro? Us. That happened to us. This happened to us as a people. We got put on cargo slave ships. We got yokes of iron put upon our necks. And guess what? Those people that did this to us call us black, call us African American, call us colored, nigga, so forth and so on. But guess what? God says that we are the children of Israel. Verse 46.
Verse 46.
This is the proof.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
God says they, meaning the curses, shall be upon you and us as a nation of people for a what?
For a sign.
For a what?
For a sign.
Because in the latter days we will not know who we are. If you are here in this Chevron gas station because of a sign that says Chevron, right? You will not end up in a Walmart parking lot pulling to a Chevron sign, would you? God said that these curses is a sign for us that, and what?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
That word seed meaning our children. Our children's children. For how long? Forever. Because why? We disobeyed God's laws. We decided to go against everything the Most High God commanded us to do. Therefore, we are went into slavery as a nation of people. We decided to celebrate Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, all those pagan holidays, all those pagan customs. We decided not to keep the Lord's Sabbath. We decided to not keep marriage honorable. We decided all those things. Therefore, us as a people have went into slavery. Us as a people, this happened to us as a nation. You have a question, my brother? You got a flyer, don't you? Okay, give us a call, phone number on the back. Hey, what's going on with you, brother? Doing well, come close, I can't hear you. What's going on? What question you got?
Now, I was asking about that was the Bible, the Apocrypha and stuff.
Right. All praises. Original royalty, but you can't buy on the Sabbath. Can't buy on the Sabbath. You cannot buy on the Sabbath.
I know that.
Okay, all right. So you know you're Israel.
Yeah, I know.
How long you know? How long you been reading and studying? 2 or 3 years.
I don't know about my brother was.
Okay. So you got wind of it, and you know for 2 to 3 years.
I know about the 12 tribes, the book of Judah, the tribe.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna deal with you a little differently, my brother. All right. Since you know you got 3 years under your belt, you may not have been all the way in. You probably catching wind here and there, right? Let's see what God says about us. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Because you confess that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? Right? You believe that, right? Read that again.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God.
We must fear the Most High God. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
We must walk in all his ways.
And to love him.
And to love him. Come on.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So all these are stipulations that we must do. But when you hear that, it sounds like Christianity. It sounds like, oh, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I love God. But guess what? He gives us stipulations because those things require action. How do you love someone? If you're married, you're not going to cheat on your wife because you love her, right? How you doing, my brother? What's your name? Terry. Terry Hogelman. My name is Sanaa. And your name again, bro? Tori and Taurus, right? Terry, Taurus. All right, all praises. Give me 1 second here. Terry, quick question for you. Have you ever been told or shown that you are an Israelite? Have you heard of this information before? Real quick, take a look at this sign, because you know for a while. Just deal with me, brother.
I got you, brother.
All praises. Take a look at this sign here. What do you see yourself on this sign? Yeah. So on this side is what our oppressor calls us. Okay, so this is what you will be labeled, and Judah will be your tribe, right? Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I know African-American and Black Pharaoh.
Right. Okay, all praises. I have a quick question for you. How old are you, if I may ask? 41. All right, cool. So for 40 years of your life, right, this information here has been hidden from us as a people. We've been called black, colored, African American, Afro American, but our nationality changes every so many years. So the $1 million question is, who are we as a people? Because you can't fly to the land of black. There is no plane ticket you can buy to the land of black.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is